All right, hey, what's up? How you doing? What's happening? Got another video for you. As you can see, I have my computer gone. I moved that over to Corridor's office today, and it is currently running all night, doing a 12-hour simulation of a pretty cool smoke simulation. Yeah, you'll see that in the final thing. I'm back at my house because I can't really do much when your computer is overheating. Because it's simulating. Big difference. As you can see, now there's some Tabasco bottles back there. Fun fact, I grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana, I should say, which is about 20 miles from Avery Island, which is where Tabasco is made. It's my absolute favorite sauce in the world. I love that stuff. Off topic, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, you may notice that there's a thing hanging out of my ear. It's just there as like a holder. You know, my ears, they hold things like earphones. That's what they're for, obviously. But no, actually, this is a microphone, and you get much better audio through this than you do out of the phone microphone, the phone sensor of auditory sensory. Right. I would unplug it to show you the difference, but that would stop the video, and I don't want to edit this. One takes. That's how I'm going to be doing these. So hopefully I don't bore you. I'm just going to try to waffle on. In improv, it's called waffling, which isn't usually a good thing, but, you know, whatever. You're the ones watching, not me. So, what's something we can talk about today? I'm drinking a beer. This is a Blue Moon. I like it, but it's way more on the lighter side of beers that I like to drink. I'm a big fan of IPAs, big malty beers. Oh, if you've ever had Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA, you know what's up. Unless you're under 21, in which case, you probably still know what's up. Long day. I got fitted for a tux for a friend of mine's wedding today, up in Oregon in August. Yeah, not really too much else. I was going to work on some more stuff once I got home, but I realized I left my hard drive at Corridor's, so now it's like, well, now what can I do? I guess I'm just going to talk to you guys, if you are down for that sort of thing. Yeah, so I remember mentioning last night that I was going to talk about some interesting things on how they work. And seeing as I'm already 3 minutes into that video, I might just say that for tomorrow night. But what I really want to get into is talking about something called Boyle's Law, or Charles' Law. It's the combined gas laws, which is a relationship between volume, pressure, and temperature, which is one of my favorite physical aspects of the universe, because that right there is how so many different things work, how power plants work, how your refrigerator works. Basically, to boil it all down, that's not a pun, I swear. Basically, to talk about, how do I say this? To summarize, essentially, what you have in a refrigerator is it's not a gas, but it's not a fluid either. It's called a refrigerant. Basically, it's a compressible liquid. Liquids like water are usually incompressible, which means you could put as much pressure as you want onto a big, container of water. It's not going to shrink in size like gas would. If you have a gas and you put a lot of pressure on it, it's going to shrink down. Now, where Boyle's Law comes into the picture is that, or I might be mixing up my laws here, but all the relationships are the same. Basically, if you increase the pressure on a gas, it will get smaller. Seems pretty obvious, right? But that's if the temperature remains constant, it'll get smaller. Okay, now I'm just going to rant. I have to check up on this again. Basically, in a fridge, what you get is that you have this refrigerant, and you compress it down to a really high amount of pressure. And because of that, the volume also gets really low because you can compress it. But as a result, the temperature skyrockets, so it gets really hot. And so now you have this really hot compressed fluid that you run through these little pipes called heat exchangers, and that lets the temperature go down because all the heat leaves the fluid. So now eventually you get like a lukewarm, kind of cooled off, compressed liquid. And so that's just from regular, heat leaving the pipes. If you look behind your fridge, you'll see a bunch of like interwoven pipes. That's because there's a compressed fluid in there that's cooling off. So then there's I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe it's a solenoid, some sort of valve that basically lets the fluid gain volume again. So the pressure again drops, and so the fluid expands like crazy into another pipe that goes into your fridge. Now, what happens when you expand that gas is because it cools down. That it absorbs all the heat around it. So when you have a compressed fluid and you expand it, it's going to cool off. And that's how refrigeration works. You compress a liquid, or sorry, not a liquid, a fluid. There is a distinction. You compress a fluid, wait till it cools off, then you expand it, it gets really cold, and then you enjoy a cool beer. Wow, I just ranted for 3 minutes. I don't even remember what I talked about. It didn't even seem that well. Maybe I'll redo this video. I don't want to redo it. One takes. That's fly. Right. So, what else? I can talk longer. Oh my god, this video is getting long. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna hang it up here. What else should I talk about? Hey, there's an idea. If you want me to talk about something, that'll be like a prompt. I can talk about whatever you want me to talk about by leaving a comment below. Yes, I kind of feel bad for just dropping that. I have a business card. You like business cards? They came out way darker than I wanted them to, about like 3 times darker. You can't even see it. But yeah, basically it's emails on the back, but I'm not going to give you my email. Are you crazy? No, but realistically, the best way to talk to me is through Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll more than likely respond back. I definitely see them all because I don't have a million followers, so it's not like everything that you tweet at me just goes, through the list too fast for me to see. I see everything. Whether I respond or not depends on how good your query was to me, whether it was a question or just suggestion. I feel like I'm got speech stopper. 7.5 minutes! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna go make dinner. It is 1:30 in the morning and I am hungry and I need some food and I'm gonna hang this up now. Digital zoom in. Sorry for that.